Good Sunday, good Sunday, good Sunday. It's yo Reverend, Reverend Rackers with DP Ministries, here to wish y'all a good Sunday. It's a good Sunday out there, folks. September, nice weather out there. You gotta thank Mother Nature for that. You gotta thank the climate for that. You gotta thank the fact that it's fall. Thank you, fall. Reverend's got a little birthday to attend today with Skylar. First of all, happy 8th birthday to Walt Flanagan. Walt, happy birthday. Now, it seems like a running theme with the Reverend. It seems like he talks about it almost every week. Why are there so many badass kids out there? It's been 3 weeks in a row the Reverend talking about badass kids. And every week some new badass kids pop up. Some bullshit, folks. I'm at work, of course. I'm in public. I work in a motherfucking furniture store. You would think people would have some coof with the children, but they don't. So there are these kids. They come in, it's like grandma, mom, and then like 2 teenagers and a baby, and the baby is one of the teenagers' babies. You know how the Reverend feels about that? And then there's another little kid about 4 or 5. First of all, they got the baby running around in no shoes. Now this wasn't in August, this was a couple days ago at night. That means it's like 60 degrees outside. That baby should have shoes on. And they're letting this toddler, I guess toddler because he could walk, but still small, barely walking. They're letting this shoeless kid run around the store with a straw hanging out of its mouth. A straw hanging out of a kid's mouth, running around the store with no shoes on. Now, we build furniture out on that floor. There might have been a screw laying there or something. Sometimes kids break the fancy globes and shit we got sitting around. There could have been a stray piece of glass nobody found. Well, that kid fell and jammed that straw down its throat. Could have poked a hole in its throat. And these people were just like chilling on the vibrating, reclining sectional while this baby's just running through the store with a straw hanging out of its mouth. Then, the older kid is climbed up to the top of the bunk bed area and is jumping from one bunk bed to another. And at this point, the Reverend was like, I hope he falls. Now, I know that's mean, but it would serve those parents right for something really bad to happen to one of their kids so they might learn how to be a goddamn parent. Now, here's some more shit about people not being parents. Saw this on the news. This African-American family was kicked out of an Applebee's. They were asked to leave an Applebee's because their children were up from their table, running around the restaurant and screaming at other patrons. Now, patrons, sorry. Now, if I'm at that restaurant and some fucking, I don't care if you're white or black or Mexican or Chinese or Arab, you fucking have your kids sitting at your table. If they're bad, you don't go out to eat. You hear me? If you have badass kids, you leave them at home, you get a babysitter, or you don't go out to eat. So, these people, because the manager of the store was white and they're black, they're claiming racism. No, you're fucking bad parents and your kids are shitty. You're damn right you should have been kicked out because I would have refused to pay for my meal. Next topic. Apparently, Barack City the other day at a factory, trying to learn about this factory and whatnot. He's talking to the workers, and then he just starts talking shit about the Kansas City Chiefs. Fuck you, Barack. You're a Bears fan. And the Cubs? Come on, motherfucker. I noticed how you didn't say shit about the Cardinals. Well, the Chiefs are 3-0. What are your Bears? Your Bears are 2-0. That's cool. But you're going to talk shit about Alex Smith when your quarterback's Jay Cutler? For real? You know, you got a lot of stones, motherfucker. You know what? As president, if you got some shit going down in the country and the country's not doing good, maybe you don't have time on Sunday to watch sports. Maybe you should spend your Sundays researching some shit and trying to fix this goddamn country instead of worrying about my 3-0 Kansas City Chiefs and your 2-0 fucking Chicago Bears who don't even play this year, but you're so fucking worried about sports. We got fucking, Syria. It's bullshit. We got fucking billions of dollars trapped up in the NSA so you can spy on my ass doing these videos or spy on my phone calls to see what I got to say about nothingness. And you're also worried about sports? Motherfucker, you need to be out of office. Hold on. Reverend's got a loose off for a second. Now the next thing that got brought up to the Reverend. The Reverend's Apostle Paul. Paul Richards. Paul T-Rex Richards. Yes. He brought this up to the Reverend. Paul said, Reverend. I said, what? He said, Reverend. I said, what? He said, my daughter goes to a daycare, Reverend. I said, I know. He said, she come to me the other day, Reverend, and apparently they're praying in her daycare. What do you think about that, Reverend? What should I think about a state-funded, non-religious affiliated daycare letting certain teachers push their beliefs onto children under the age of 5 every morning? Now I said, Paul. He said, what? I said, Paul, when you signed up for the daycare, did they tell you they'd be praying? He said, no. I said, did they ask you religion preferences? He said, no. I said, then you need to bring it up to the person that owns the daycare, Paul. Because, first of all, it's a non-religious daycare. If it was a Catholic daycare or something, sure, pray all you want. Skylar goes to a Catholic school. I'm an atheist. But she can pray all she wants. That's her deal. You know? But this is a non-religious daycare funded by the state. Remember separation of church and state? Most of you don't, and most of the political people don't either. Now, I'm fine with learning how to be good people. And you can teach that without prayer. Now, if everybody in the class was one denomination or the other, I'd say fine. A little prayer, a little whatever. It's a religious school, great. But this school is not religious affiliated. That means there should be no prayer in it. These preschool teachers have no right to push their beliefs on Paul's or anyone else's child unless they were told that up front. Paul was never told there'd be prayer at that school up front. He hears this from his daughter. He didn't hear it from his daughter's teacher. He didn't hear it from the lunch lady at the daycare. He didn't hear it from the supervisor of the daycare. Heard that shit from his daughter. That's inappropriate. You're a state-funded daycare. If I knew your name, I'd fucking blast you out there. But you can't do it. You can't force your beliefs onto some other people's child without proper knowledge to that parent. It's inappropriate. More shit that's inappropriate. Uncle Whistleblower, you know who you are. Mister, you come up up with some stuff, sir. He tells me Reverend. I said, what? He said, Reverend. I said, what? He said, look up Plum Island, Reverend. Look it up and tell your congregation about it. So I look up Plum Island. And at first, it looks decent. Looks like it's a research facility to keep diseases from animals. But folks, that's not what it is. That's not what it is, congregation. There's some scary shit going on at Plum Island. They're actually creating biological weapons out of like animal diseases. Like diseases that cows and pigs and shit can get. They're genetically engineering so humans can get them. They're also genetically engineering animals out there. If you saw in the news, I don't know, a few years ago, there was a alien life form washed up on the beach out on the East Coast, which was right by the Plum Island, and it was like no animal anyone's ever seen before. That's because it was a genetically engineered animal. Look up the Montego monster and take a look at this animal. It's got like a beak, but it's also got teeth. And it looks like a hairless dog, but it's sure as fuck no dog when you look at its head, because it's got a crazy beak-like head, and on the beak itself, it looks like it's a flesh beak, though, but with crazy gnarly teeth coming out of it. It's fucked up. And now, there are hundreds of thousands of research facilities all over the United States researching biological weapons. And they're not as safe as you think they should be. It's scary shit, folks. They're saying Lyme disease was actually created on Plum Island, and they released it to see what it would do. Also, right now, they're in the process of moving Plum Island to Kansas. So you're going to take, even let's say they're just a research center for animal disease, you're going to take a research center for animal disease and put it right smack dab in the country, middle of the country, where most of our animals that we get to eat come from? Now, it sounds like some dirty shit, folks. Sounds like they're going to accidentally have a disaster to poison our food to kill off some of us. And then the rich will only be the ones to afford the damn cure. Y'all need to look up Plum Island. Scary shit. Scary shit. Biowarfare in our backyard, folks. I mean, let's face it. They put fluoride in our water. That's biowarfare. They put human growth hormones in cattle and food so we get bigger and dumber and slower. I think that's biowarfare. Y'all should think the same damn thing. Now, like I said, you got to dig deep on Plum Island. So when you look up Plum Island, look up Plum Island controversy. Hell, even the former governor Jesse Ventura looked into it. He took a boat out there. And as he was taking a boat out there, he was being watched by Homeland Security and by the Coast Guard. He said he felt like he was being considered a terrorist. And all he was doing was going out to film what should be an animal research lab. And that's not terrorist activity unless you got some shit to hide. And why would an animal research lab be funded, be first brought up to the Army created it? Why would the Army create it, first of all? And why would they have the help of a Nazi bioengineer to help create Plum Island? That's right. Some scary ass shit, folks. It's so scary that the Reverend's going to ask you one time. He wants you to take off your caps. He wants you to bow your head. The Reverend's going to have you pray. So bow your head down, congregation. Your Father, who's not in heaven, hallowed is his name. The earth was created by a big bang and not in 7 days. We wake and work for our daily bread. We don't ask forgiveness for free will, but we will forgive those who trespass against us, because killing them is illegal. In the name of my Father, the Son, and my will to live. Amen. Good Sunday.